If I quit, it will change my life.
What should I do? She introduced me to the energy healings. I felt like this machine was like kicking me out, and you will basically die.
And why did you quit?
At some point, I was like, okay, I'm like a small thing in the huge corporation, and there is a ceiling. You can grow, you will be always inside of the framework of the corporation, but you're not free, and this is your salary, and up there you go. So I really wanted to have something mine, so I started working with, like, at that point I met a friend. Well, she introduced me to the energy healings and to the past life information, so I was seeking for her help to kind of free myself from being stuck in this corporation. Basically, like, when you work for the corporation, you associate it with your kind of mom and dad. You put your roots, your support system in the corporation. So once you're like, let me leave and start something new, your psychologist starts yelling and screaming that you are losing your support system and you will basically die because you won't have any survival mechanisms. So to get out of this corporate, what you need to do is, like, kind of intentionally, energetically take out the roots from the corporation and put it into the earth, into the ground, and recognize that your support system is inside of you. So once I did that with the help of my friend, basically just 6 months later, all the events started, like, putting up together like a puzzle, that I was kind of forcefully kicked out of this corporation. You know, I felt like this machine was like kicking me out.
But the key was to energetically disconnect yourself from the corporation, because many people, well, most of the people, if they work for corporate world, even myself, I work, and I think, okay, if I quit, it will change my life.
Yeah.
But then when I see the picture in the whole perspective, if I quit, what I can do, I can start a job in another corporation. In a few years, I will find myself in the same position, looking for freedom, but there is no freedom. And also it gives you kind of financial freedom, but financial freedom don't give you the mental freedom, like like a full freedom, right?
Exactly. Like, basically, while you are not, like, having your support system inside of you and not having your roots inside of, like, the earth, and, like, recognizing that's you who is creating your own world and your own financial freedom, you will, like, try to find the support in something else or in somebody else. Some people put their roots in the husband or in the wife who is supporting them. Some people still keep roots in their parents, and they live up to 40 years old with the parents, and they cannot, like, sort of, like, separate. So this exercise with the roots, though it seems simple, it's actually very powerful, because you recognize that this is you who is responsible for supporting yourself and for your own survival. So before I did that, I was like, yeah, I should leave. And then I was like, what should I do when I leave? Like, you're scared. Like, again, you try to force the external world to do something before working on the internal. So this root exercise is, like, first working on the internal, and then once you did that, the external starts sort of, like, forming around you the situations when it starts, like, kind of pushing you in the direction where you already put the intention. The problem here is, once you get these roots to yourself and put it into the earth and get support system in yourself, this starts reflecting if you have any trauma inside. Because while you were part of corporation, getting support from there, you sort of like, it's softening whatever you have inside, because the machine of the corporation is just pushing you to a certain direction. But once you are on your own, why many people don't sustain this, get scared and go back putting the roots to somebody? Because once you're on your own with your roots in the earth and, like, responsible for yourself, you see projection outside of exactly what you have inside. So beginning of your own business, it's always the reflection of the traumas that you have inside, so that you have to work through the traumas so that you can manifest something nice outside when you already have something nice, let's say, within. Because it's all frequency, right? We have the energy body vibrating on a certain frequency, and this is how we project the things out.
Can you come again with the exercise of the roots? Because you just mentioned it, but can you get a little bit more, give us more explanation about it?
Okay.
What should I do if I want to quit corporate, or how I want to disconnect myself from some system I belong to?
Okay. So these exercises, though they might feel like or seem very simple, they're super powerful if you do them correctly. I will give you step by step that you can repeat on your own. So you can imagine yourself like on the energy level, like if you were a huge tree and this tree has roots. So all the energy work with intention starts with imagining huge white light around you. Ideally, if you do it on the ground, barefoot, on the earth, especially with the root exercise, it's really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you're not disturbed, like perhaps you can meditate, you can do the sound healing maybe before, like to get into the theta brainwave state. Because if you try to do the exercise mentally, it won't work because you're working with the energy. So you have to learn to work with intention and give the intention and not like brain. So basically, you imagine yourself like a huge tree with the roots, you're standing on the ground, and you imagine how your roots, how you're taking out your roots from the corporation, from the person in whom you put those roots, you're like taking them out. And with the intention, basically, you're just saying out loud, I'm taking away my roots from the corporation and I put my roots in the ground. You can say it out loud, putting your energy in the like in this area in the solar plexus, like to make sure that you focus on the intention. Because if you just say like, oh, I take out the roots and I put them mentally, that doesn't work. You need to have it like intention, like you make the decision, like you should feel like I made the decision, you know, like when you make a decision, should I go to the party or not? Like, you know, when you made up your mind. So you have to make up your mind that you took out the roots and you put it into the earth. And then you can do another command or intention that your support system is inside of you and the power over you belongs only to you. So you just say it out loud, like, my support system is inside of me, power over me belongs only to me. And you're imagining how this energy flows from the top to the bottom and your roots go down, down into the earth. So that's basically how it looks from the outside, but the key here is the work with the energy and how you direct your intention.